Hi guys, how you guys doing? Well, welcome back to Zimzam Entertainment channel. So if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, okay? And of course, click on the notification bell so that you get notifications every time I post new videos. To my sub cousins, hey, you know it. I got nothing but love for you guys. I got nothing but love for you guys. Whew. My sub cousins, I love you guys. So today's entertainment is first of all, this COVID has caused problems. I mean, it's been causing problems since March until today. 2021 is still causing problems. So let's go back. Some time back, I can't remember which month. Monica Mchwangwa, yeah, the Minister of Information, Zimbabwe's Minister of Information, had a 60th bash party. Okay, she had a party where they invited the elite, the who's and who's of Harare, you know, those elite, and they were all there, over 100 people, no masks, hugging each other, drinking, enjoying themselves. Meanwhile, the world was looking. Zimbabwe was watching. It just went like that. Nothing happened. They had the party, they enjoyed themselves. And then obviously you all know about the launching of the national dress. There were people there. Nobody said anything about it. Come New Year's Eve, you guys, Zimbabwe New Year's Eve. Then so, and I know everybody knows about it. I'm always like behind when it comes to news, but no news is still news, guys. Listen. So Zimbabweans decided to go to a New Year's Eve party in MBARE. So MBARE is one of the high density areas in Zimbabwe where anything happens, all the shiliza that happens, people in MBARE will get to know about it. But anyway, so crowds and crowds of people went to some place, okay, had the New Year's Eve party, and apparently that venue is surrounded by police stations, and leading to that day, people of course knew about it. People were invited. They were invited by this guy called Fantan and another one called Levels, and whatever. Obviously these are the who's and who's of the MBARE. So anyhow, they had this party. It was like the shilizo of getting into the new year. So, okay, why am I talking about this? Okay, I am talking about this because Zimbabwe, because it so happened that authorities now, after that party, when people started talking about, you know, people neglecting COVID guidelines and all that, how come no police people stopped it and all that thing, all of a sudden the vice president, who is also the Minister of Health, decided to have an emergency lockdown, another 30 days lockdown, guys. Hey! So, you know, this whole thing, and then they arrested this Fantan guy and the Levels guy, and they were sentenced, I think, 12 months, and then 6 months were suspended. So I think they're going to spend 6 months in. Guys, really? First of all, Zimbabwe authorities, the government has been reckless about this COVID thing. They had parties, okay? They've been doing all their things, and also there was that that rally where the what is it called? The party congress, the MDC congress, where they all convened, over 200 people, and government allowed that, permitted it, where they all went and convened also, you know, thereby not following the COVID guidelines. Okay, so people are watching, and then these young people decide to go New Year's Eve, go and have fun and all that, and then they get arrested. And not only did they get arrested, they arrested the people who invited them. How? So the parties that were going on in the Madeodeos of Harare, you know, in the elite areas of Harare, nobody went, nobody said anything. And trust me, there were New Year's Eve parties in those areas, okay? There were New Year's Eve parties in those areas. So no one said anything. Those things are not mentioned. They target those people who don't have money to represent themselves, who probably cannot even afford legal counsel. And as far as I'm concerned, those are the majority of opposition supporters. So obviously it's some kind of punishment, you know. So this government does selective arrests, selective this. Okay, if you are low, we'll arrest you. But if you are high up there, you are one of us who drink together. What kind is that one? What kind is that one? You see the unfairness that's going on. But anyway, they were not leading by example, okay? And obviously, if you are a leader and you're not leading by example, the sheep will follow you. They will, you know, run astray. They'll do whatever it is that they have to do. And now they're being harassed. And the only reason they are being harassed and arrested is because people talked about it. That it was near a police station, I think maybe 3 police stations, police blocks or whatever you want to call them, nearby. Nothing in Harare. I don't want to believe that there's anything in MBARE that is planned to happen that the police or authorities don't get to hear about it. Just like if they plan a riot or to go against the government or to riot of anything, they get to hear about it and then they put stringent measures. But for this one, they kept quiet, they ignored, they gave a deaf ear and a blind eye. So obviously there were some of those police people who were also there, also enjoying themselves, ushering themselves into the new year. So now all of a sudden, they are harassing their citizens. Anyway, look at the injustices of what happens in Zimbabwe. Zim government, injustices that happens there. I'm done with Zimbabwe. Now, you, the youth, the Zimbabweans, the citizens yourselves, those who are jumping up and down at that MBARE thing, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Surely you are telling me that you are more scared of Zanu PF arresting you than COVID. You guys went out there in your drones, in your hundreds, without masks. Went to jump, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. And you forgot that COVID is there. Or maybe you don't believe it is real. I don't know. You don't believe it is real. How irresponsible can you be? And you forgot also that you are the easy targets for this regime. You forgot. So if you can, go out there and have fun in your hundreds, and obviously with the mentality of saying, Kusiru kufande kupi, whichever way you look at it. I mean, I'm trying to translate it, even though my translations are always like, you're trying to say, either way you're going to die, whether you go on the streets, you die, or you go to COVID, you die, or whatever. If you are going there with that mentality, why are you not taking to the streets to protest and fight for your rights? Why are you not taking to the streets to fight for your rights, to fight for justice, to fight for the end of poverty and all that? But you got the rights and the guts to go and just go and expose yourself to getting COVID. I don't understand. I fail to understand how people think. But wait, have you subscribed? So listen. Those subscribers are my sub-cousins. I call them my sub-cousins. So if you want to be part of our sub-cousins, you have to subscribe now. Don't just view and go strip, view and go phew. You got to subscribe so you can become a sub-cousin. Anyway, continuation. So that's the thing. That's the story. New Year's Eve, others went in there in a crowd, forgot mask, busy enjoying themselves, busy drinking, going whatever. Then, back to Zim government. How do you arrest people because they invited people to go to come to a party? So, are you also going to arrest Monica Mchangwa because she also invited those guests that went to her 60th? Are you also going to arrest her? Because if you are going to arrest somebody who invites people to a party and you blame them for people gathering and whatever, you might as well arrest everybody that has invited anybody, because it is not their fault that people came. Each individual has got their own responsibility to take care of themselves and to decide whether or not they want to go to a party. You cannot invite the host just because the host, invited people to come along, and you invite them for what? For what? What's the sense in that? So, since you guys are arrested Fantan, arrest Monica also. And arrest Monica also for inviting people for her 60th. And while you're at it, maybe arrest also the First Lady, who also hosted the launch of the national dress. Guys, come on now. We need to be fair when it comes to these things. We need to be fair when it comes to this, because there's nothing that you are doing. This picking and choosing, it does not work, and it just shows that there is no balance. There's no balance of justice in that country. And then when people talk about it, you complain and you blame us for pushing a foreign agenda. And yet we've got our own brains. We're intelligent enough to see that you're doing something wrong. Hey. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. Zimbabweans and Africans as a whole, COVID is real. It is your responsibility to make a decision of whether you want to catch it or you want to stay away and protect yourself. However, if you feel that you don't mind catching it, if I were you, I would be more scared of catching COVID than of being arrested or gunned down by Zanu PF on the streets. So if you feel you've got those guts, and if you feel you've got gathered enough courage to go against the rules and the regulations of government, you might as well take to the streets now and take back your country. And take back your future. Isn't the youth's future has been stolen? You might as well do that. Anyway, I hope you guys had a good New Year. And for those that also gathered and had parties, kuma deo. Okay, guys, don't forget, on this channel, no YouTuber left behind. So please subscribe to other YouTube channels as well. And don't forget, guys, if you want to be a sub-cousin to my sub-cousins, you know it. Guys, you know it. Mwah. I will see you in the next video. Bye.